Hey everybody, happy 5 Minute Friday. Dr. Holly back here again. This is part 2 of the revenue mini series that I am doing this month. So if you didn't catch last Friday's video, you want to go back and get that so you get a little bit more of the primer of what it is that I'm talking about for this week. So we looked at just a second ago, and I'll just preview it just in case to refresh your memory, of the process of thinking about all things that go into your revenue. If we're trying to evaluate how profitable your business is, right, we're going to need to look at revenue, expenses, profit at the bottom, right? That's the general concept. When we're thinking about profit first, implementing profit first, we're flipping that. We're doing revenue minus profit equals expenses. And I'm not going to go into all the little details of profit first in this 5-minute video, but the point is that it all starts with your revenue. So is it just about making more revenue? Always being like on that hamster wheel of we got to make more, make more, make more? Or can we distill down a little bit more detail about revenue streams, seeing where you are and the generators that are in your business? And by generators, I mean like the people that are actually, people are the products that are making you money in your business and your practice. Okay, so going forward here, looking specifically at different types of revenue streams. These are all options. These are very common scenarios that I see across the spectrum with chiropractic offices, is that you offer some fee-for-service line items, whether or not you're a cash practice or an insurance-based practice. Again, I don't ever judge necessarily the type of practice that you have. I am helping you to be able to forecast and plan and work through cash flow to make your business more profitable, for you to be able to pay yourself more or pay yourself regularly in your business and have a sustainable business year over year. So just my little disclaimer there. These are all the services you could offer. There could be things I'm missing here. I actually misspelled acupuncture, so that's fun. You could do rehab. There could be other things I did not, cold laser, whatever. There are things in here I didn't list, but essentially these are services that are going to be provided most likely by a high generator, a high value team member within your practice, right? You can also diversify your income by offering product sales with that's inventory. I'm thinking inventory here that you actually purchase at wholesale and then you retail within your practice. This is a really great way to try to increase that revenue per visit average, which we're actually going to get to next week, where I'm going to give you the calculation if you don't know how to figure that out. But product sales are a really good way to do that if it aligns with the type of practice that you have, right? So pillows, nutritional products, topical creams, that sort of thing, braces, other types of things. I mean, we can offer many different things to our patients. It doesn't need to be a one size fits all. And I'm not really the type of person that's going to go and tell you, you need to hit all these markers and hit all these sales and push this on every single patient. Absolutely not. Just having the products available and visible in your lobby and in your waiting room, a lot of them will sell themselves, or they will at least spark curiosity to your patient base. Okay, it doesn't have to be a huge headache, but I will caveat and say it can end up being a huge headache. If you offer way too many things and patients just kind of look at like this gigantic wall of supplements and they're like, wow, it's going to take somebody with an advanced degree to try to figure that out. Yes. Okay. Then you're going to have dedicated time to do evaluations and make recommendations to people based on those sorts of things. You're also going to have to keep track of that inventory. So how much time or how much support are you going to need to be able to manage that revenue stream? And is it worth it to you? Like if you have to have a whole staff member there that dedicates, 1 week a month on just running inventory and reordering products and doing all this stuff, is that worth it to you? Versus doing something more like a commission model. So I'm a big fan of FullScript. This is not sponsored by FullScript whatsoever, but this is something more where you can go and you can make recommendations to a patient and they directly order and drop ship products from that company or from that website. And then you can get incentivized with commissions on the back end. Okay. That's something that if you're not willing to take on the risk of having the inventory, especially of nutritional products in your office and them expiring or patients, not wanting to keep them up or whatever it is, that's more of the easy button there. So I highly recommend that. And then the last thing is really thinking about your space. Like, can you get creative with, if you have extra space in your office, renting out a part of your space If you're not quite ready for the capacity of bringing on additional staff, my timer's about to go off. I really thought we'd get through more of this. This is a much, much bigger training, obviously, than I even anticipated. So think about this. But again, with that rent, I can go both ways. I can say, okay, it's really easy if you want to decrease your overhead liability and you rent that space out to someone else. But on the flip side, if that room or that space could make you a lot of money, then you need to evaluate that, right? Like if your practice is growing and suddenly you need the space of having that treatment room because you can generate thousands of dollars off of it per month versus somebody who may be paying you in the hundreds of dollars of rent, that's something we need to think about. Okay? Have a great weekend, everybody.